A lot of times we see these new trends pop up on social media, or our friends are talking about, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm trying this, and this is working really well for me. I've shed 5 pounds, 10 pounds, and we get excited about hearing progress in people's lives, and we want to try it, and we want to jump on board. I want to encourage you not to do that, not to follow fads and trends until you've walked out what you've kind of predetermined you're going to do and try. Hey everyone, welcome to the Healthy Christian Podcast. This is season 5, episode 4, and in this season, we've been talking about how to live healthy physically. We've been diving into some topics, and today we're going to be talking about the word sustainability. What does this word sustainability mean, and how is it important in our health journey? So let's dive in. This word sustainability means the ability to maintain a certain rate or level, being faithful to the process. So I believe sustainability is a key word for us to understand, to embrace this kind of mindset, to be able to sustain the progress that we are making and to even see the progress that we are making in our life. A scripture that comes to mind when I think about this is in Galatians 6:9, and it says, "And let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up." I think that's a really important scripture for us to post on our wall somewhere, have on the back of our phone, because so many times we don't see the results as fast or as often as we want. But the truth is that being faithful, being sustaining momentum, being faithful to the process is going to reap fruit. You're going to see results. And it's in being faithful to the process that I believe is a really key to our success and seeing the results that we want in our life. Many of you know, if you've been following this podcast for a little while, that I opened up a personal training business in the past. And one of the reasons why I opened up this business is because I noticed that a key problem so many people had was the accountability on being faithful. Just being faithful to the process, sticking with it in spite of the immediate results you're seeing or not seeing. And so I noticed that people just needed someone to hold them accountable, to rally them together, to stay focused on the path that they are going down. So I opened up this business where I would travel to people's homes or in parks or workplace, and we would work out or do exercises or talk about nutrition. But one of the main goals was the fact that I was showing up to their work, their environment, a place that they choose, and I was holding them accountable to the process. And this is really important when it comes to our health, is understanding that we need to stick with the process. If you've ever done any kind of scientific research, you know that you need a control. You need something that is consistent, that's not going to change, that is a variable that's not going to bounce all over the place. And a lot of times we are the variable that's going to bounce all over the place. So what is consistent in your life? What are you sticking with? What is something that you know that even though you may not be 100% positive it's going to work, you're going to stick with it. You're going to be faithful to the process. So some points that I want us to kind of take away from today is to be faithful to the process over fads. A lot of times we see these new trends pop up on social media, or our friends are talking about, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm trying this, and this is working really well for me. I've shed 5 pounds, 10 pounds, and we get excited about hearing progress in people's lives, and we want to try it, and we want to jump on board. I want to encourage you not to do that, not to follow fads and trends until you've walked out what you've kind of predetermined you're going to do and try. And that's a really big key we've talked about on some previous episodes, is going ahead and deciding what you're going to do and how long you're going to do it, and sticking with that plan, knowing that it's a key to your success in staying faithful and accountable to the process. So don't fall trap to all these fads and things that are happening all around you. Even though they may work for you in the future, hey, let's stick with the plan and the process that you've already set in place. Another thing I want you to take away from today is just be consistent. And in many situations, this will beat skill. One of the things I learned from being a tennis athlete is practicing every day, practicing the basic shots, basic serve, just consistent over time. I noticed that I was developing at an amazing rate. And I actually caught up to a lot of the kids that were just naturally gifted at tennis. And they seemed to be way ahead of me at the beginning, but my faithfulness to the process, being consistent, showing up every day, serving, running drills, doing all the things I didn't like to do, the consistency of that, I caught up to the very gifted and skilled people. And this is true in life that maybe others may see results a lot faster than you do, but be faithful to the process, continue to walk this out, and you will see that consistency, sustainability, being faithful to this process will bring you good results. You just have to stay faithful with this process. So, some key next steps that I want you to take away from today is this: create a month plan and stick to it. All right. So, if you've got an idea, something that you want to try, something that you want to do, whatever it is, maybe it is a fad. Maybe there's something really great that other people are seeing results at. All right, great. You're going to pick that and you're going to stick with it for an entire month. So, go ahead, predetermine the plan. Go ahead and say, hey, I'm going to do this on this day. I'm going to try this. And at least for 1 month, don't change it. Don't change the plan. Don't change the consistency. Stick with it to the best that you can. In order to do this, you need some tools to kind of help you. So you need to utilize your calendar. Your phone calendar is a really great resource for you to use. If you've never really used your phone calendar for anything but work, I want to encourage you to use it for personal things. On an iPhone, you've got reminders that you can set that can alert you when you should be doing something, even syncs with your calendar now. So I really want to encourage you to use the tools that are available with the things you already have, the rhythms you already have. Maybe you need to stick something on the mirror in your bathroom. Maybe you need to put something on the refrigerator in your kitchen. Maybe you need to post something on your computer at your work. Whatever it is that's going to work for you, use some tools that you have or that's already in your life, already in your rhythm to help remind you and hold you accountable and say, hey, doing this for a month. I'm doing this for 2 months, 3 months, whatever it is you're deciding, stick with that plan. That is a good practical next step for you to help keep the sustainability, is to know what tools you're going to be using that's going to help you hold it accountable. And really understand that your calendar, the tools that you have, they're meant to work for you. So they're only going to work great if you put them on it, if you use it, if you see it. So one of the things that really helps me is my phone, changing my background image, where every time I open up my phone, I'm seeing this image. So if there's something that you really care about, that you really want to remind yourself about, use your phone as a tool, from pictures to reminders to calendars. There's all these different resources you probably have at your fingertips already that you may not even be aware that you could be using to help grow your life and to keep you on track and sustain for the long run. So again, I just want to read this definition of sustainability: the ability to maintain. This is key. We want to maintain progress and moving forward at a certain rate or level. So you pick the certain rate, you pick the level at which you want to maintain or sustain. And you know what? You can always raise the bar. So if you set a standard and a process in place and you realize that that's too easy, you can always raise it. But I want to encourage you to start with something you really think that you could hit, build some momentum off that, and you can always increase it later. We don't want to decrease our goals. And in order to be faithful to the process. So again, this is a process. This is something that you've got to walk out. There's going to be times where you see success, whatever your goals are, and there's going to be times where you're not really seeing success. But being faithful to the process is so important to your success. So I'm looking forward to hearing how the process is going for you. Make sure that you share, comment, and include other people in your journey. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you for tuning in to the Healthy Christian Podcast. Now it's your turn to put these principles we've discussed into action. We'd love to hear how they've impacted you. Please rate, review, and share the podcast with others. Join us on social media to continue the conversation and share your insights. Until next time, stay healthy.